Thank you for attending the webinar today. We are so excited to have you. I'm here with our VP Marketing, Jeff Bieber. I'm Todd Saunders, the CEO at Broadlume, and we are super excited to talk about FloorCon today. For those of you that this is your first time hearing or talking about FloorCon, let me start by giving you some history. Jeff, correct me on my history because my brain is a little fried here, but first FloorCon was 2020. Correct?
Yes, it was. It was the COVID digital FloorCon.
Yes. FloorCon presented by COVID, I think was the only sponsor of it. And that was digital. We had a few hundred people watching live. And then we did our next one in 2021 in Sarasota. And 2022 was in Tucson, Arizona. I still can't spell Tucson correctly. And this year, we are super excited to be in Amelia Island. For those of you that don't know Amelia Island, it is right outside Jacksonville. It feels more like Georgia than it does of Florida. It's a beautiful, beautiful place to go. It is also the home location of John Weller. So if you've ever been really mad or happy at John and want to show up at his house, now is your chance. And my daughter's name is Amelia, which may or may not be named after this year's FloorCon. So those are some fun facts about FloorCon. We're super excited to have you guys here. Jeff, you want to tell everyone the dates before we get going of this year's FloorCon?
Yes. So a lot of retailers are asking us, when is FloorCon happening? It is November 28th through December 1st. And how does that break down? So we're telling everyone get in on November 27th because the activities and sessions kick off early Tuesday morning on the 28th. The show is those 3 days, the 28th, the 29th, and the 30th. And then on Friday, on December 1st, we have our charity golf tournament benefiting the JDRF. It's in a top 50 golf course in the country, the Oak Marsh Golf Course at the Amelia Island Resort. It's going to be incredible. We got a couple of surprises for that event. But again, get in the 27th, leave the 1st or the 2nd, and our discounted room block rate will give you our rate 3 days before and 3 days after the show if you want to take the family on a nice little vacation and trip for some much deserved R&R.
Yeah, and I think for this year, we got the feedback that we really want to focus on kind of 3 core pillars, right? I think the overarching pillar, as you can see here, is how to grow your flooring business profitably, especially in a time like this, or with as much profit as possible. But we're really focusing on kind of 3 things. It's the networking, right? Like, how can we help you meet other folks? I think that is always important. It's 2, how can we help you build a more efficient and profitable business? And then the last part is how can we connect you with suppliers, distributors, or manufacturers that are committed to this new way of selling, this digital retailing, really what I consider like consumer excellence, right? So how can we all get together and help the flooring industry sell more flooring, market more flooring, and make more money? That's really what it's all about. But let's dive into the speakers because there's a few people I want to highlight here. Some folks I'm really, really excited about. So outside of obviously my beautiful face sitting in the middle that no one wants to hear me talk, the keynote speaker this year is Tim Tebow. Now, I'm very excited about Tim Tebow. I know there's some college football fans that are like, Tim Tebow, oh, not really a good football player. You're correct. He wasn't. But what's amazing about Tim Tebow is he's probably still the #1 selling college football jersey. I'm not hanging my hat on that, but he's probably up there. And he's marketed and merchandised himself to become more than a football player. He is now a celebrity. He makes more money than almost 95% of the football players out there besides, the top 1% of football players. Or if you're a Giants fan, Daniel Jones, who's not a top 1% football player, but gets paid like one. But Tebow's done an amazing job merchandising himself and changing his career around from being a below average football player to a national celebrity and icon. I mean, he's like Mr. Good Morning America. If I could think of another person similar to Tebow that has made this transition really well, the only other football player I would say in recent memory would be Michael Strahan. Went from D-line to, I don't even know what he does. Michael and
Kelly, I think, in the morning, something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, super excited. He's going to talk about, his trajectory. He's going to talk about leadership. He's going to talk about, all the things that made him great and what we can learn from Tim. I'm excited. He's going to be doing some meet and greets. He's going to be handing out books. He's going to be doing some autographs. So it's going to be exciting. I'm really excited for Tim. He's a great guy. We got a chance to speak with him already. And listen, he knows how to hold the crowd. So he'll be highlighting us off. The next speaker, maybe we put these two together, will be Jason and Michelle. Jason Goldberg, Michelle Vermette. Jeff, I'll talk about this. You talk about the next one. Listen, Jason and Michelle have talked a lot at FloorCon before. This is going to be very different, though. This one is very unique. They have spent the last few years, as you guys know, talking to hundreds of retailers and acquiring businesses, going through their P&Ls, looking at their revenue, looking at their margins, looking at what brands they sell, looking at how they operate. And what that has given them is perspective on if they were to acquire a business, what they look for, if you want to sell your business, how to prepare. But also, they've been able to see some really interesting trends within the space. And let me tell you, this company, America's Floor Source, is becoming a behemoth. They know a ton. And what I always appreciate about Jason and Michelle is they're willing to share all of their insights with you because they don't think you can compete with them. And you know what? I appreciate that. One story I want to say about Jason and Michelle, and then we'll get on to Stephanie Stuckey, is when I say networking at FloorCon, I truly mean networking can change your life. I met someone last year that met someone at FloorCon. I won't name their name, but you can feel free to tell your story at FloorCon. They met someone there, and now they're engaged, right? So you could find the love of your life, or you could find the future person that's going to buy your business, which I know a few people have met acquirers at FloorCon, or you could find the future CEO of your company. And that's what happened with Jason. I'll never forget, Jason, if you're listening. Michelle was talking. Michelle put up his phone number, said, text me anytime you want. There was only one person in the audience that texted Michelle to say, hey, I'd love to chat with you. And that was Jason. Jason took a shot, met with Michelle, no intention, had dinner. I remember being with you, Jason, that night and you thinking something special is going to happen here. And what do you know? About 6 or 10 months later, Michelle is now the CEO of America's Floor Source, and these guys are building a powerhouse. So again, the networking part is important, and I'm so excited to have these guys on stage because their story of how they met is kind of a FloorCon love story there. So anyway, excited for their insights. Jeff, you want to give a quick high level on Stephanie Stuckey?
Yeah, I can keep this one super brief, but Stephanie is going to rock the FloorCon stage. For those who don't know her, she's a former politician from Georgia, but more importantly, her family business, Stuckey's, was an American institution. It was they had gas stations and convenience stores all around the country. It was bought by PE and it was no longer her family business. But when she got back into business herself, she bought back the business. She infused it with technology, with e-commerce. Go on their website, Stuckey's Corporation. You can see their pecan log rolls that they sell. Every location she goes to, she tags, she calls it out, and she creates this incredible quilt of a story for a canvas to tell you how she built it, why this is important, and this incredible rebirth of this American institution that she's been leading herself. Definitely check her out on LinkedIn. She posts incredible content, but she's also going to talk about what it means to be a businesswoman in today's environment. Really inspiring across the board. And she's also going to do a intimate Q&A session with the Women of the Flooring Business networking event that we're going to have at the show. So we're fired up, and everyone is going to leave with a ton of Stuckey's products when they attend FloorCon.
All right, let's keep it going here because I want to get to the agenda. Cordell Riley, Jeff, you got a chance to meet Cordell. I feel like you're jazzed about this.
Short and sweet, probably the best sales trainer I've ever spoken with. He's going to show you how success and past performance leaves clues for you to build a world-class flooring business. He's worked with the largest groups, flooring groups in the country. He's worked with the largest brands, and he's going to be breaking that down on the keynote stage to help you identify how you can build that world-class organization through process, through people, through operations, and finding those little things, those little clues that are going to set you up for success.
All right. And then something I'm excited about is Al Doan. Al might be the least well-known person on this stage. However, he might have the biggest empire on this stage. Al's story is incredible. I don't even know where to begin. Actually, instead of me telling you, He filmed a short video with Stripe, the huge payment processing company. He's been highlighted all across tech as someone that's gone from a non-tech heavy business to now he's like a super big tech investor. But rather than me telling you the story, Jeff, can we cue up the video? We have a quick 2-minute video of Al telling his story. It's so inspirational. Like, he does a much better job of telling it than I do.
Yep, and this is only a minute, y'all, minute and a half, so hang tight, but the story is incredible. MC, let's pull it up.
We were trying to help mom find a side gig so that they could help pay off the house.
We lost most of our retirement in the market, and one day Alan was visiting and he said, "What are you doing today?" And I said, "Well, I'm gonna go pick up a quilt." And he said, "What quilt is it, Mom?" And I said, "You know, I don't remember." And he said, "What do you mean you don't remember? Do you make that many?" And I said, "No, but it's just been there for a year."
I was like, dude, are you serious? Like,
I said, "No, they're just really backed up, you know."
that was it for me. I was like, all right, if I bought you a machine, could you do this?
You know, I have never done it, but I could try because I can sew. I figure I can do anything, right?
That's my market research. That's why I call my sister Sarah.
I did take out a second mortgage on my house just to make sure we could do it.
We bought the building, bought a quilt machine, and jumped in. That is why we're in the quilting business.
When we started our little business, you know, our little machine quilting business, and obviously we didn't know it would go anywhere.
We have a shelf with 2 bolts of fabric on it and a quilt machine.
People would come in and they'd open the door and they kind of like look like what's going on, and then they like leave. It would be awkward.
You're like, come in, please. 3 weeks go by, no sales.
There were weeks, I don't even think we made $10.
I remember I went to the bank and I was like, I need a loan. And they were like, you made $4,000 last year. And I was like, I know, but I can get more. I just started taking a camera and filming mom, showing how to do a quilt block. And then even defining terms, right? Our first ones are like, what is fabric? And mom's like, here's fabric.
Golly, I know there's a hole in that needle. I've been threading it for years, but I can't hardly see it anymore.
By the end of that first year, we had almost 1,000 subscribers.
Hi, I'm Jenny from the Missouri Star Quilt Company.
Hi, it's Jenny from the Missouri Star Quilt Company.
And then the next year, we got to like 10,000 subscribers.
Hi, everybody, it's Jenny, and I've got such a great project for you today.
People started watching, and not only were they watching, but they wanted the fabric I was using.
You can just see how cute this is with that little kitty on there. It's just
That was one of those
adorable.
things where we were like, okay, that's a good way to sell.
And that was our starting point. Nobody took home a paycheck for the first year.
Than I do telling
Todd?
this story. But to finish off where he kind of left off there, he took from not having $1 to now building the largest quilting company, I think, in the world. And his hometown in Missouri, Hamilton, I think, Missouri, is now the Disneyland of quilting. I think it gets something like 10,000 visitors, tourists a month. And it's no small business. They got bought, I think, by private equity. He's now a huge entrepreneur, investor. The whole family had created generational wealth. All started from one quilting machine and one YouTube video. So his story is inspirational. It's something that I really think we can all learn a lot from a family business perspective. And, you know, we're so excited to have someone like Al joining the stage with us. Next is Susan Weller. As a lot of you guys have met Susan, she is a expert in hiring. I think especially right now, hiring is tough, right? Like, we can never provide enough hiring resources. She's going to talk about hiring, team culture, maintaining talent, and how to attract the best talent, especially in an economy where there's not that many people looking for jobs, but we all really need support, right? So I'm super excited to have Susan. She brings a really unique perspective, and we're lucky to have her on stage. Next is, I'll do Brian, and then Jeff, you can take Mike and Sam. You guys have heard Brian. Brian is a hilarious speaker, but he really intertwines the funny with the factual. He's like a totally different way of speaking. I find it incredible. His business has grown, I think, 0 to 30 million or something in the last few years.
Brian would kill us. It was 30 last year. He's at 50 million on this year. So less than 4 years, 0 to 50 million.
And if you talk to Brian, he's not in the flooring business. He's in the lead generation business. And he's got a lot of really interesting perspectives. He's got, he's a he knows a ton about marketing. He knows a ton about lead generation, and they're all about process. So he's going to be sharing really detailed methodology on how he does it. Jeff, you want to talk about Mike Claudio and Sam? I think this is a unique angle we're bringing to FloorCon again.
Yep. So, we talked about Cordell Riley providing the sales training, but we wanted to bring in a business coach because a lot of retailers, come to us and say, after FloorCon, I'm so fired up. I'm ready to bring all these skills, tactics, and knowledge back to my store. But then they lose the motivation, they lose the goal setting, and they end up doing the same thing that they were doing last year. So Mike is a expert business coach. We spoke to him a few times and we're like, we need to get this guy on stage. He is the most motivational and focused business leader that we've spoken to. We have a quick video that we're going to quickly pull up, MC, on Mike, just so you can get a taste of what he's going to provide, but it's going to be incredible. And he's also going to provide, he's going to be running our networking event in addition to a main stage or a breakout session where he's helping you identify what things are most important to help you prioritize your day-to-day in your flooring store. So let's pull that up.
Hey guys, FloorCon 2023 is right around the corner. I'm gonna be doing 2 different educational sessions for you. The first one's gonna be from the main stage, talking to you about how to prioritize the activity in your life in all the roles. It's really easy to get sidetracked by individual things you're doing inside your business and start to feel like you're underperforming for your family, for your spouse, for your children, for your health, for your fitness, for whatever it is for you. We're gonna go through an activity together to help you figure out what truly matters so you can start to build boundaries, set targets, and become the championship version of you in all aspects of your life. See you there.
Jeff, maybe he can teach me a little bit about lifting some weights, but who knows?
Yes, and he's also going to be joined by Sam Kaufman, who's also a flooring store owner of On the Level Construction, who actually works with Mike and has seen the blueprint that he provides and has helped him rapidly scale his business. So they're going to be doing some sessions together, and it's going to be absolutely incredible. Todd, you want to quickly talk about Nick Bach?
Yeah, Nick and Aaron, constantly rated one of the best speakers at FloorCon. They've done business a little bit differently by acquiring businesses, kind of similar to the Broadlume story. Masters of integration, masters of acquiring businesses, and truly just think about business the right way. They've got a ton of insights. To me, they're building methodically and building this kind of collection of flooring stores rather than putting them all together. They're building this collection of different flooring stores, and they always have interesting insights on how they've done it. So excited to have them. I'll keep it going, Jeff, here. Scroll down. All right. Then we have Bob Kalinsky. Bob is from Centricity. A lot of our retailers use Centricity and asked to bring Bob here to come help us. That's the extended warranty.
Accidental protection.
I call it extended warranty. Accidental protection that you can offer your customers. It's a good way to increase your margin. He's going to talk more about that. At the end of the day, that goes right into our theme of how can we help you make more money. Jeff, you can run through the next 3 because you're the flooring expert here, and then I'll end it off.
All right. Well, the number one thing that we've heard, we do a lot of post-show surveys with retailers. What content do they want to hear? Installation continues to come up. So we're bringing in the NFIC, the CEO and founder, PJ Arthur. We're bringing in NWFA, Brett Miller, and master installer across almost all the organizations, but he's representing CFI at this show to help retailers understand how they can market this better, the importance of having certified installers, how you can get your installers certified, what incentive programs you can provide to them. And we are partnering not just with them, but with all the other installation groups and advocacy groups to help merchandise this for flooring retailers. You're going to get your first hands-on access to that at the show. So as many of you know, when an installer is certified, they are posted on their directory site on any of those groups' pages. We are going to help merchandise that by creating a website badge for people that have certified installers, and also a window decal cling for you to put in your store to start to help you differentiate yourself from everyone else in the market. MC, yeah, you can pull that up. This is what's going to look like. Broadlume is acting as the independent verifier of these stores and of these installers. But this is going to be the first step for us to try to elevate and raise awareness around installation and how you can charge more for it, how you're going to save painful installation fixes when you don't have a certified installer. And they're going to be showing you how to find those installers, how to keep them, and how to raise your profits by leveraging certified installation. We're really excited to get them there. We'll also have FCEF there represented, but this panel discussion is going to be incredible and so valuable for retailers because we hear that this is a problem that you're facing every single day.
All right. And then the next two speakers, we have John Weller. A lot of you know John, CIO, Chief Innovation Officer at Broadlume. John is going to talk about digital retailing. It's something we're extremely excited about. It's a new way to go to market. The way I like to think about it is, these two, John and Neil being next to each other, are very unique here because Neil talks about the in-store merchandising. And that's something that I think every retailer can do a better job of, but everyone understands conceptually. John, on the other hand, is talking about the same exact thing, but on the digital side, right? So instead of the in-store merchandising, think about your digital merchandising or your digital experience or what we call digital retailing. So Neil and John are giving two separate talks. One is really about digital retailing. One is really about in-store retailing or merchandising. At the end of the day, your customers spend time on your online store and in your in-store store. So we want to make sure that experience is world-class, and they're going to be talking about both ends of that spectrum. There's two other names coming here that unfortunately we're going to announce probably in a week or two, but we are very, very excited. Anyway, I feel like I'm just teasing people, so let's just move on. Let's go to the agenda quick, Jeff, or let's go to sponsors. Perfect. Jeff, why don't you roll through and I'll just talk about them. We have a lot of sponsors this year. Here's what we tried to do. We got a lot of feedback that people really like the sponsors, but how can we bring more sponsors to you? And here's the truth. We are not willing to bring sponsors to this event that are just showing lookalike products without anything new or interesting about their products, about how they go to market, about how they support you. This isn't a trade. This isn't like the average trade show. We want to bring people that are committed to consumer excellence, committed to digital retailing, committed to building a better experience for you and your customer. And if you're willing to do those things, we are willing to have you at our trade show. So this year, Jeff, how many people do we have? How many exhibitors do we have?
I just got news of another one today. We're at 49 different exhibitors and partners, and that is compared to last year, which felt packed at about 17. So massive increase from last year to this year. And like Todd said, highly curated to provide differentiation and not that sea of sameness that you see often in a lot of these shows.
Yeah, so we're excited to have all these folks. Again, all of these folks have partnered with us in one way or another to provide a better experience for you guys, whether that's a better experience in your store, a better experience online, a better experience with your customers, you name it. But we're so excited to have a lot of these names here. It's going to be, incredible, and we really appreciate their support.
And with a lot of these partners, check out the agenda. We'll pop over there in a second. They'll be hosting success sessions. That is early access to see their newest products, the hottest trends, how to sell their products. Those are all going to be under the success sessions, in addition to the 2-day trade show that we're going to be hosting. Open bars for all those. Todd, we also should probably talk about what goes into a ticket. Get a lot of people who are on the fence asking what goes into the $5.99. Do you want to talk about that quickly or run through the agenda?
Let's just do high-level agenda, and then we'll get into that and some questions.
Okay.
Kind of each day. So if you look at the agenda, day 1, November 28th, really about these success sessions. It's really going to be all about meeting with these, really one-on-one with these manufacturers kind of outside the trade show. So it'll be kind of success sessions in the morning, trade show in the afternoon, real time to take you and your team working really close with the manufacturers. We want to build deep personal relationships. So that's what we're looking at. Jeff, we're on day 2 here. Day 2 is the first speaker day. I'm going to kick things off. No one really wants to hear from me, but I'm going to speak anyway. And then we go into Stephanie Stuckey, and a whole bunch of the main stage speakers will all be sitting, in a large room watching them, kind of what you guys are used to. Jeff, let's go to day 3.
All right, and well, just on day 2, it's general session in the morning, like Todd mentioned, and we're going into that team building networking activity with my Claudio, and then we have FloorCon University, which are our breakout sessions. Check them out online. You can see all the different things that you're going to learn from these incredible speakers, and what you're going to be able to take away and how you're going to be able to improve your flooring business. But you can check those out here, and then of course the trade show to close out day 2, and then when we get to day 3, and I know there's a couple of mystery items. That was what Todd alluded to in terms of a couple of surprise speakers. But Todd, here's day 3.
Yeah, day 3, we have some, starting off with Jason and Michelle, and then we go into Al. If you guys saw his video, we have a few other surprise speakers coming, but similar kind of day. This is Tim Tebow day. Tim Tebow will take us into lunch and then go back into these breakout sessions. So we really tried to kind of have a little bit of breakouts, a little bit of main stage, put it all together. That way it's not just main stage all the time like we did last year, or just breakouts like we did the year before. It's going to be awesome. And then at night, Jeff, we still have the dinner and the show party. I know is always fun. Good way to celebrate and end the day. And then the last day, which is Friday, I believe, is a charity golf tournament. If you're around, this golf course is incredible. People have asked, do I have to be a good golfer? No, Jeff stinks. He's golfing. As long as you can swing a golf club, you're welcome. It's fun. And, we'll pair you with the right people to make sure that it's not too competitive. So anyway, those are the 4 days. We're excited. Your ticket includes everything there, but the hotel.
Yep. So let me just quickly break down. The ticket gets you full access to the entire show. That means trade show, general sessions, success sessions, party, 3 open bars for 2 hours each, 2 lunches, a dinner, a ton of raffle prizes to win, and obviously access to all the speakers after hours when we're going to meet up at the bar. So a ton that goes into this. I can tell you we're losing money on the tickets on the food and beverage side. You're also going to get a FloorCon tote and giveaway bag. It's going to have a signed Tim Tebow book, Stuckey's products, and a bunch of really cool things that are FloorCon branded for you to take home with you as well.
All right. Well, we're excited. Amelia Island. I know there's a few questions. MC, do you want to pull up some of the questions?
And then Todd, I know you got a boogie soon, so I can hang back here if you need to jump. It looks like the first one we have is from JT Brimley. Any info on how to participate in the golf tournament? So usually you get that after registration. What we're going to do is we're going to, we pulled up a different question. We'll get to that in a second. We will add it to the schedule, the link to sign up for the charity golf tournament. Let's pull up that other question that we just had in terms of how many tickets. So I can start to answer that. We are running very tight at the hotel. We are trying to work to increase that number. But tickets are still available, starting to move really quickly. It's usually that 2-month mark that we see things start to pick up. So we don't want people to be off site. So please grab your tickets now. They're starting to move fast. We're trying to increase the room block to make sure that we can host everyone. But that expires in about 2 weeks. So please make sure that you grab your ticket and book your hotel room. You can always sign up for golf pretty much up to about a month or 2 weeks out. But again, definitely grab your tickets before they're gone because we're expecting a very large show this year. I see a comment from Debbie on installation breakout. Yes, again, we've heard this from a ton of retailers, and this is a new way for us to help merchandise and make that something that you can market, increase prices on, and also increase customer satisfaction of a properly installed floor. Because I'm sure a lot of you are fixing some jobs of poorly installed floors from not certified installers. All right, we'll see if we have any other questions popping up. Let me look.
Another one. We'll get a chance to meet the speakers. I can take that one. Tim Tebow's doing a meet and greet. Everyone else should be, Tim's got to kind of bounce. We pay by the second there, but he will be doing a little bit of a meet and greet. And then what we're going to do is just kind of speakers at after dark. All the rest of the speakers will get together, at the bar downstairs. And we did this last year. We did it to the boot camp where we kind of just hung out and did a giant round table of questions where I didn't answer any. I actually just moderated the whole thing and made sure everyone got a chance to talk. It was super fun. We're going to do that again. So look out for that. There'll be a chance to really go deep with all the speakers and have really in detailed conversations. Jeff, I got to go. My baby needs her diaper changed, and that's on me today. So you stay here and answer the rest. Excited to see you guys. Thank you guys so much for your support, and can't wait to see you in a few weeks or 2 months, I guess.
Okay, so yes, thank you, Jason. Todd took the mic. That is not great, but again, we are so excited for everyone to join us at FloorCon this year. So much networking, so many opportunities for you to grow your business. We wouldn't be doing this. It's a massive labor of love if we didn't hear from flooring retailers every single year that they truly see the value and the opportunity for them to improve their profits, run a more profitable flooring business, improve operations, so that they can have a incredible 2024. So that's all from us. Thank you, Jason, on the mic side. And we are here to help. Drop us a line on our website via our web chat. If you have any questions, if you're a Broadlume dealer, work with your account manager, or you can buy tickets directly from the site. But with that, we are out for this week's webinar. We will be back probably with 2 webinars next week, one for the business management software side. That's really positioned more for clients, but we have so many people ask us an inside look at what goes on with our Rollmaster business management software. So you'll get a sneak peek at that, and then some more educational content coming your way. Tyler, we are working on the spouses side. Again, on the F&B side, I probably shouldn't say this. We lose money on those tickets. But we want to make sure that if you're bringing your spouse and your partner, that there's a way for you to bring them to the end of show party. So hang tight on that. We're still working through some of the numbers to see how we can make that work. But stay tuned. We will have some solution to help on that front. So that's it. Again, my email, jeffrey.bieber@broadlume.com. Drop us a line. Hit us up on our web chat from the website. And I will see you guys next week. Have a great day, everyone. Happy selling.